Minnesota. Foligno back to Greenway. Greenway wheels, fires, score! It's wide against Manson. Still with the puck. Kaprizov circles up high. Still maintaining the puck. Manson blows an edge. Fires deflected. Manso's down. Loose puck. And Hartman! They score! Greenway with it. Out to center and down at the empty net. He scores! And that should do it in St. Paul.
Yeah. Woo! Hello, everyone. Hello. We're back. Thank you. Thank you so much. What are you?
We've made it.
What are you? Yeah. What are you doing?
This is my Randy Savage.
What are you doing, James?
Do you remember Randy Savage? That guy was great.
Yeah. I think a lot of people remember Randy Savage, right? Do you remember Randy Savage there, C-Dubs?
Of course, the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah. Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
The cream. Is he the one that brought up that term?
Yeah, he's the one who brings out the creamer and goes, the cream always rises to the top.
Oh. Who was he speaking of when he would say that?
Himself.
Oh.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's so cool.
Okay. We're getting a little off track. My name. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Fuzzy. We have and I'm a host of the show called FuzzJockRadio, and I'm not the only host. We have another host all the way out in California, and his name is
C-Dubs.
And we have another.
I'm J-Mez. That's me.
And we have another host named J-Mez. Yeah.
I'm here.
He's here. He's ready. He's ready to go. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to wait for the introductions. He just wants to just get right to it. So we'll just get right into it, I guess.
You guys ever do sports?
Do I do sports?
Yeah, and like,
what do you mean by do sports? Do you like
do
play
sport.
them or talk about them?
No,
What
just
do you mean
like
by do?
Embody the sportsening in yourself in all that you do. You ever do that?
Yes.
I think so.
Cool.
Okay.
I've seen you do it before, Fuzz, when you watch a baseball game.
Do I sports it?
That's tight, bro.
Do I do sports when I'm watching baseball?
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do?
I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I am so confused.
It's tight, bro.
This is I don't even know where to go with
We are
this.
a sports talk podcast.
No, we're a talk show.
We are a talk show.
Okay. We are a talk show that talks about sports primarily.
About the issues.
And we talk about the issues a little bit. We talk about our emotions a little bit as well. And we
have the best opinions.
A lot of times don't make sense. And for some reason, this season, in season 6, Fuzzy, me, has been a little bit extra confused lately.
It'll be fine.
But I'm trying every episode to get better.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all we can ask.
First episode, I came in thinking that we had a producer named Tom to help us along with the notes and everything, and then we found out that he went back to his old team, his team at his company. He decided to go back. So then we didn't have a producer, so I had no notes the first episode. Second episode, I got myself a whiteboard.
Yeah.
But I forgot to write the notes down.
That's
Guess
fine.
what? This time I got myself a whiteboard and I wrote down notes.
Okay.
See?
Oh, dude, you just messed it up on your shirt.
What do you mean? Oh. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no, don't worry, dude. We got you back.
So
I got you.
Look, Charlie.
Oh boy.
I was holding the whiteboard up against my chest so I could have my own notes, and then when I revealed the notes, it looks like they kind of wiped off. I do have one note here that I can see, and it says, "How's C-Dub's nerve?" Oh, so let's get into our weeks. Let's start this episode off since James wants to get into it. And my first question is, C-Dubs, last week you mentioned that you had a pinched nerve.
Mm-hmm.
How's that pinched nerve doing?
less pinched than before. I still feel pressure where it is, but I can move my head around, and it's basically not affecting me.
Well, that's
just as there.
great. How's the
Yeah.
rest of your week then? How have you been?
It was good. I am blanking on what happened the last week.
No, you sound like me.
You look
the
awesome
things-
though.
Thank you. I tried this time. I tried to look awesome specifically. So
Cool.
I'm glad it worked out.
Just phoning
J-Man?
it in. Just phoning it in before, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it was straight up. Collect even. I was phoning it in collect, so you guys are paying for it.
Wow.
No.
Wow. How could you do that to us? James, how's your week? How have you been?
I don't know. I was sportsing and did some.
You're doing some sports.
I was sportsing.
Oh,
I
is
was
that different than
sportsing.
doing sports?
It's just how the cool people say it. It's basically the same thing.
Okay.
I did some sleeping. That was good.
Ooh,
You know,
sleeping's
really,
nice.
really taking care of myself. You know,
Okay.
focusing on me.
Okay.
Also, leveling up my son's characters on Castle Crashers for him.
Oh, nice.
It's
Fuzzy?
It's a fun game.
How was your week, Fuzz?
My week was good. Just like you, I don't really remember what I was doing, but I bet it was a lot of fuzzy stuff. And a lot of fuzzy things.
I remember something I did. Wait, I want to show you guys. I made an embroidery.
Oh, nice, dude.
Very
it's
nice.
My first one.
Ooh,
I got a
I
lot
like
more
that a lot.
to it. I'm
So,
just making patterns.
so to the audience that can't see what you're showing up,
For the audience that can see, like, don't worry, you can see.
but the audience that can't see, don't worry because there is no audience that can see, so you're not missing out on seeing and not seeing
That
things.
we know of.
Charles, explain to
Yes.
them what you're holding up.
So I've made little patterns of thread. So some are like dashes with lines, and some are lines with dashes.
Mention what type of medium. What is
Oh
it?
yeah, it's on canvas, and I'm using colored thread to sew through it.
You
Or
call that
embroidered through it.
crocheting?
Embroidery.
Embroidery. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
he has
I also made a
they
dead
have an
fish.
embroidery
Yeah.
fish there. They're
Yep,
embroidered.
embroidered
Not
fish.
to be confused with cross stitch.
Let's just get into some.
Yeah, let's get
What
into
is
some
slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know?
Okay, so we'll get right into hockey right away because the Wild last game won, and which meant that they get to have home ice advantage. So they got to play at home for the first game in the playoffs against
Yeah.
the Lightning Blue.
Yeah.
And currently the game is ongoing,
It is a game.
so we can't speak of it because we are currently live. If we were a podcast, we would be able to say this: they won or they lost. Let's make it.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal where we'll change. I'm going to edit this right here.
The Wild lost 0-4.
And then the podcast will know if we won or not. How about that?
Ooh,
I like
So,
that's movie magic.
make
I
sure
love
to
it.
listen to the podcast tomorrow to see how that edit worked out for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Wild at least are in what?
Nothing.
I can't wait.
The Wild are currently in the playoffs. They're playing the Lightning Blue, and we can't say anything about it.
It is a
Do we
game.
have anything else that we wanted to talk about with hockey?
Go Wild.
No
We can't,
disclosure.
and
Go
we can't
Wild.
say anything. Yeah. That's it.
Make a bunch of wild noises. Wow!
Oh, dude, yeah.
Okay.
Go Wild.
Go Wild, everyone.
So,
Moving on.
Update.
That gets me every time, man. Oh. Okay, I feel better. I was scared
So-
of the lion, but the wolves. Oh yeah.
the Wolves season ended last night or 2 nights ago. I don't remember. If you're listening to the podcast a week from now, it was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. It happened.
But
We can talk about it.
The game ended with a loss.
Yeah.
And Carl was not happy. Actually, no. Did you guys watch any of the exit interviews with the team?
I actually didn't. What was the mood?
Everybody was happy. And kept on saying, I don't want to talk about basketball. And they're like, why not? He's like, I'm tired.
Yeah, dude.
And throughout the whole interview, he kept on mentioning, I'm really tired.
Yeah. I just did basketball for a whole season. Like, come on, guys, it's done.
Carl was in a good mood. Finch was laughing, and he was saying stuff like that. Of course, they were going to make the playoffs, but yeah, he didn't want another Carl.
He's not the most pleasant when I'm angry.
He's not pleasant when he's angry. He was pleasant, so he was not angry. Obviously,
It's tight.
Everybody's mode seemed to be they're happy it's over, so they can concentrate on next season.
Good.
You know,
I got
got a
that.
lot
I
to
got
work
that a
on.
lot too. Just the excitement for like, we're ready for next year, kind of, or we're ready to get ready for next year. And I think that's a great look. Right after the the loss is to come out of that, just happy with their accomplishments for sure.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot to build on. They did a lot this season that's impressive, compared to what we've sat through of the Wolves for their entire history.
Definitely.
and I believe that a lot of them are going to be under contract to come back next year, so they just can hang out. And that's another thing too. They all kind of have mentioned how they all hang out by themselves together. Without it needing to be a team organization or a coach's thing. They will just hang out after practice and go to movies together, and
Now they got more time for hanging.
Yeah, and talking about, since they all know they're going to be on the squad together next season, they can talk about what they're going to do. And I don't know exactly how. Sometimes leagues have, where in the off season, certain team activities can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like where the teams can't have official practices.
Oh, really?
But I wonder how that works with it just being individuals deciding to go to the gym at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with contact sports are the ones that don't let you have extra, events.
Probably because of possible injuries and stuff like that.
Injury. So I'm sure they are a little more lenient.
I never knew that these were things. These are actual regulations for off season.
I know in football for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Football, you can only wear pads so many days and actually have like a padded, practice. Otherwise, you have to do walkthroughs and you can't play at half speed.
One thing that I heard that was really good to hear is that Patrick Beverley is going to be taking Jaden McDaniels under his wing, and they're going to be practicing with Kawhi Leonard.
Awesome.
So that's going to be great.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I believe that's Kawhi. And Jaden had mentioned that he already knows him and already looks up to the style of play that Kawhi Leonard brings to the table, if it's him. But yeah,
I would. That would make sense. Beverly knows Kawhi from playing on the Clippers together.
Yeah, so sounds like Bev's main goal in the offseason is to help McDaniels form his game even more. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad
exciting.
he's taking the young pup under his wing.
yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah, that's very exciting. Ant mentioned that he's going to just get better.
He will.
Yeah, he will.
So that's what you should do. That's what they all should. He understands. Like
He's built that way.
Yeah, you just do the winning and the being good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for next season already, and
Absolutely.
excited to see what happens in the off season. Ant was just he went to some young pups game and he was in the social medias with some young players that are like high school players.
Oh.
So he's making
Not
his presence
actual
known.
puppies, like.
No.
Okay. Because that would be cool too. I mean, I'd watch that.
So
You can take your
Yeah.
dog to baseball games, so
You can.
maybe he'll go to a baseball
I want
game.
to see just like a video vlog or something of Ant and a bunch of puppies, like
Yeah.
playing puppy basketball. That would be so.
That'd be really cute.
cute.
That'd be really cute.
That's such a good idea.
FuzzJockRadio.
Okay.
Basketball, gimme
Wow.
the ball because I'm gonna
Go get it!
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
We are just getting through the topics tonight, guys.
FuzzJockRadio.
This is going quick. Quick with it. The Minnesota Lynx season starts this week.
Yep.
The 6th, Friday the 6th against Seattle. It's an away game
And then the home opener on Sunday.
on Sunday. Yep.
It's awesome.
So
Get ready for that.
that'll
I
be
saw
fun.
Cap at the preseason game
You saw Cat at the preseason game?
for the Lynx.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's supporting
Have updates about that?
teams.
Okay, I can't get this off my head. We keep on talking about home games and away games.
Yeah.
And
What's up? What's on your mind?
before the show, C-Dubs had mentioned to me that, like the Wild are playing home ice, have home ice advantage. And they talk about how there's an advantage. C-Dubs says
Sure.
that's bullshit.
Sure.
C-Dubs says
Okay.
that a home ice advantage, home court advantage, having the home team fans behind you doesn't matter in a game, and doesn't it doesn't matter if you're home or away in a hockey game.
Yeah. But other sports, you think it does more? Or are
In-
you saying just in general in
the
sports?
only reason why a home stand is the only sport that makes sense where a home field advantage would be in baseball, because baseball fields are all different.
Yes.
And with the field being different, which leads me into my other thing.
Yeah.
That makes it harder for away teams to play because they don't normally play
Sure.
in that stadium, right?
Yeah, whereas other basketball courts aren't necessarily different. Ice rinks aren't necessarily different.
They're regulation size.
Yeah.
They have regulations,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
On the size. And if the audience participant matters, the only reason why it would matter would be in soccer or football, because the crowd's constantly making noise, whereas in
You don't think
what Charles is saying is that the audience doesn't matter
okay.
in home games and away games.
Is this true, C-Dubs? Is this what you're saying?
I'm putting words in
I
your
would say
mouth. I'm
it's
sorry.
overrated. I would definitely
Okay.
say it's overrated. Because for me personally, when I go, like even when I've gone to a playoff Wild game, there was lulls. In football and soccer, there's usually not lulls. The crowd does not shut the fuck up. They cheer and scream and dance and poop their pants the whole fucking time.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But in a lot of other
Party time.
sports, there's lulls,
And then
because the game carries.
so for me, I say having a fan base behind you and saying, "Yo, go Fuzzy, go," makes me feel like there's people behind me, and I wanna do better.
Yeah.
I'm really dancing around this question. and
I think a lot of it.
this, because I don't wanna like make a preposterous statement, because this is a really
No, I just think it's probably subjective to the players, right? Like, there's probably players that can get motivated whether they have fans cheering for them or hearing people rooting against them to get them fired up, And I think there's a lot of cases where, some players can nullify that effect on their performance.
yeah, and
You're
you're right,
use
because
the
it's-
energy how they can, and I think it's up to the players.
I think that's the point. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Especially with it being so intangible, type of thing. Unlike the difference between baseball stadiums.
Yeah, A tangible difference.
There's a tangible difference in baseball stadiums.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
Which brings us to baseball.
Let's talk about the tangibles of life.
Why in the world of gambling owning sports are baseball stadiums different?
I have wondered this for years. Why is there no baseball stadium regulations?
It's fun.
Is it?
Did you see the field that the Twins were playing on today?
Baltimore?
In Baltimore, they have in outfield, in the middle, the center of the outfield, the outfield, they have a wall that just extends out at a 90-degree angle, and Gordon ran right into it. He almost looked like he got hurt. But like,
why did they do that?
I
don't know. I was just
weird.
thinking how they were just in Tampa, and people. I think players have some issue with the turf there.
The AstroTurf there, and players across leagues, like in different sports, do not like playing on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Like do they end up taking that away in football, C-Dubs?
Yeah, they have a different they because the AstroTurf basically was just soft, or a hardened carpet essentially.
Yeah.
Now it's a fake field. Like it's genetic. It's made with like fake materials, but to replicate a real field. Before, that's not what the AstroTurf is not that.
Yeah. Now it's like
carpet.
trying to be synthetic.
Yeah.
Grass.
Yes, I've seen the synthetic
lawn.
grass that they have at a football field. It feels like real grass.
Is that what they're doing in Tampa Bay for the Marlins?
No, they got the. Yeah.
And they also had the dome where you lose the ball in the dome, like the Metrodome back in the day.
Yep.
Where the
pop fly goes up and it looks the same color as the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Imagine trying to catch a fly ball. Oh yeah.
I can. I'm imagining it right now, and I'm like, "The fuck's that ball at?"
Yeah, I don't.
Or like going in, think about playing for. I guess it's a bad example because Oakland sucks, but like playing for the Oakland A's, you get all that extra foul ground. Like you can catch outs that would be in the stands in every other stadium.
Yeah, it's not fair
because they're it's a big oval.
Yeah, they're a bunch of cheaters.
See, I was gonna say, like you have to allow them to be able to have different styles of stadiums due to different weather circumstances. Like you have to have a dome and certain, but like the play field playing field is totally different too. It's not just about like weather climates or anything like that, and having a dome versus an outdoor stadium. The actual play field is different. Is what we're talking about, audience. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of this with baseball. Is that
well? I believe our listeners would remember us talking about different kinds of dirt at baseball stadiums back when we were bringing up.
We have talked about
the pitcher
this, haven't we?
substance. Oh yeah, we're on top of this stuff. We're sports people.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to get this conversation to talk about the fuzz question of the week.
We're just gonna how are we gonna do that?
It's another element of the game.
Dude, do you want to hear some cool twin stats?
Yeah, let's go with
okay. 538 wrote a really cool article on Buxton. 538 does a lot of like stat-based things, often election times and whatnot. But had a really cool article on Buxton concerning, how injury prone he is and what that means. Like, kind of describing him as, his stats lead to the fact that he's kind of like the best fragile player. Or the most fragile best player, but they like phrasing it that way. The best fragile player. I mean, it's kind of a glass cannon, right?
Yeah.
But the one stat I like the most is we're looking at WAR, wins above replacement, and
what
wins above replacement?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah, it's just like how much.
Like when you're not in the game and someone else is, the stats dip or get better with you gone.
Yeah.
The WAR would be Like, you are more positive. It's more positive for you to be in the lineup than the other player than
Okay.
your replacement.
Yes, wins above
I
replacement.
don't get it, but okay.
Yeah, it means
I don't
it
really
means
either. It's a weird
awesome,
one.
really.
No, keep going. You gotta.
So Buxton, they take they took players since 1901 that had played at least 500 career games, so a bigger career, and of all these players that had played fewer or about 50%, or they're trying to see what players played the fewest games and had a WAR of at least 5. And Buxton and one other player were the only players to be a WAR above 5 with playing less than 50% of the game, or of the possible games.
Wow, who's the other player?
Mike Donlin, turn of the 20th century outfielder, Mike Donlin, who missed 4 full seasons and 57% of all possible games during his post-1900 career because of alcoholism, incarceration, and an acting career of mixed success.
Whoa.
So look up Mike Donlin, because this guy's crazy. But yeah, in modern day, like, Buxton's the only person to have played less than half of his possible career games and maintain a WAR above 5.
Wow.
Yep.
Huh.
Buxton's just keeps getting these interesting stats. I like it.
Yeah, dude, he's impact player for sure.
Very impact player.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's our impact player too,
Dude,
which
he's
is great.
so cool.
He's our impact player of the week.
Yeah.
Another player that should have been, that hasn't been an impact player that we've been waiting for to become an impact player. Sano, unfortunately, just recently got hurt.
Yeah.
What happened? Like what happened? How did he get hurt?
He was saving someone from a car crash. No, wait, that's not what happened. He hurt himself celebrating.
Really? I
Yeah. He hurt his knee celebrating. That's what Rocco said.
Oh no.
When they celebrated the walk-off.
It's a knee thing too?
Yeah, it's a knee.
Yes, yeah. He hurt his leg celebrating the walk-off with the Buxton.
How
walk-off.
bad of a knee thing is it? Like, is it just rehab?
They don't know yet.
He played a game and he had to leave because it was bugging him. So it's that kind of bad.
No, it's as bad as he needs surgery is what I read.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know if that's been determined. I think they're looking into that.
Look at a second opinion.
Yeah, just they're trying to decide if a procedure is needed. But for the meantime, he's on the IL, injured list, right? That's what that means.
Yes.
Along with who else was injured? I forget. Two players were injured, and they also had to cut the roster down from 28 to 26. So we had 2 players. Oh, it was Kyle Garlick got injured just as he was heating up.
Right, Garlic.
Yeah, so Garlick got injured, which is too bad. And then they sent like Cole Sands to the Saints and another player. But what's awesome is they've brought up Jose Miranda.
So who did they cut?
Sano or
No, they placed them on the injured list.
They put 2 players on the injured list, and then they took they optioned 2 other players to AAA.
Who are they? That's what I asked.
That was Cole Sands, a pitcher who just played recently, and I can't think of the other one. I think it might have been a pitcher.
Okay.
But I don't remember. But they brought up Jose Miranda, who is I believe like number 2 prospect for the Twins. He's our number 2 or number 3 prospect. He was the Twins minor league player of the year last year.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Hitting 344, 32 doubles and 30 home runs in AAA. 94 RBIs.
Jeez, that is a lot.
Yeah, no. People have been really waiting on this guy to be freaking awesome. He played tonight. Didn't get any hits, but Jose Miranda is going to be a solid player to be out to look out for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You like it?
Who is the pitcher that we had last game? That new guy?
Winder. Oh,
Winder.
our
So
number
Winder,
6 prospect, Winder.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
is-
Winder's one of our high prospects too.
No, he pulled off a great start. Oh, there's something about Winder too, is that he was on a list of like only 8 Twins in Twins franchise to pitch 6 or more scoreless innings on their debut start, on their
Wow.
first start.
That's
And
awesome.
actually, Winder was the only one of those 8 to do that with 2 or fewer hits. So,
Much more efficient.
yeah, so Winder's a fucking great person in our rotation. You like it?
I like Winder.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
Twins pitching.
I don't know. I don't know any of the players.
They're
They're all
cool
the new
though.
guys.
They're
It's
cool.
hard.
They're nice. They like you.
They like me, or
Yeah.
they are like me.
No, they like you.
Well,
Yeah, I
They're
heard them.
fans of
okay.
So I wanted to bring up something I saw about sportsmanship in baseball.
Well, we were talked about sportsmanship in baseball already, Charles. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
We did that last week.
We're gonna do it again.
Like what? Like why would we
And
do it again?
again?
Like don't you think that the audience is already like fed up with us talking about sportsmanship?
No, they love it.
Because we already talked about it in the last episode. No,
say bring it
sorry.
on.
As you can probably tell,
Bring
I'm
it
trying to act here and act like I'm angry at Charles and reprimand him because that just recently happened in a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Even
ahead.
two
That was
teammates.
meta.
Go ahead. See.
They were teammates. Yeah. So in Atlanta played the Rangers the other night, and they had a chance. The bases were they had runners on second and third, with first open, and they threw a ball, fourth ball. Guy walks to first, but in that play, the ball passed the catcher. So there's a chance for the 2 guys already on base to advance, including one of them to score a run.
There's a player on third. There's a player on third base, and the pitcher threw past the catcher. So the person on third base, if he ran as hard as he could probably get to home,
Yes.
which he did not do.
No, he was not paying attention, and so he missed the cue and was a little late, so he wasn't able to do it. Had to run back to the bag.
Had to run
And
back to
that
third
caused the
base.
guy- Yep, and that caused the guy at second to have to backtrack from him advancing to get back to second base. And it was Ozzy Albies.
So the guy
And
on second base.
Oh,
Yep,
I didn't see that
He,
part of it. The guy
yeah,
in second was trying to advance to third too.
absolutely.
Oh,
he had to
gosh.
run back to get to second, so he didn't get in trouble.
So then,
And then, yep. So then the game is in between pitches at the moment, which is, only a couple, 30 seconds long. And the guy on second, Albies, starts walking towards third base, yelling at his own player about how he fucked up. And he's making faces at him, mocking him, saying like,
Yeah.
what the fuck were you doing? Wake up. And then even goes to third base, does the motion of the other player and makes fun of him to his face, and then like throws a little tantrum. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to someone?
it was really bad. During a game
This all played out too on the broadcast. The
on
camera's
national
on
TV
this guy.
With fans in the stadiums. We don't have COVID era fans anymore. Like, you do not do that. You do not do that. You don't do that in baseball. You don't do that in any other sport. You don't do that at a job. Even though I know of multiple different managers that would do that.
People do that.
Still doesn't make it right.
A lot of restaurants that I used to work at, people would yell at their employees right in front of customers.
Yeah. People do
Horrible.
that. They're
People
horrible.
do that.
They suck.
You should not do that. If you catch yourself yelling at somebody in front of other people, stop. If you catch yourself yelling at somebody else, stop.
Yeah.
Why are you yelling at somebody?
Yeah.
Like,
if they're far away and they can't hear you as well, maybe. But
Sure.
if they
Maybe.
have some slight hearing impairment, maybe.
Yelling in anger is unbecoming.
Yeah.
Quite
Bad luck.
unbecoming.
Bad luck.
And it's not gonna help make your point. That's definitely it, because Mike
Oh, yeah.
is not right. That's
Dude,
all I gotta say.
what I didn't get while watching that clip was like, dude, I just give him the fucking side eye and like ream him out in the dugout, Like, don't waste our time with your drama.
Don't even
But
ream
anyway.
him out in the dugout. Talk to him about what happened and why that bothered you.
Yeah.
Well,
Be communicative about it.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
be a dick.
Be looking
Don't
around,
be a dick.
communicating.
Point.
Be looking around and communicating.
That's what you
Come
gotta
on.
do.
Yeah.
Just communicate, talk
That was
like
the
a
problem. He
regular
wasn't
person.
looking around, and then the other guy wasn't communicating, so they fucked it up.
Oh,
Well, at least you're not the Boston Red Sox, who yesterday became the first team to get walked off on by every other team in their division in a single month since the Cubs back in May of 2012.
What is it? What? Say that again.
The Red Sox lost. They got walked off on, so they lost in a walk-off win for the other team.
And explain that in a walk-off win to the audience. Well, if you're not
in the end. What? Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay.
Explain it to him.
A walk-off. This is the bottom of the ninth, and if you score more runs, then it's just over, no matter how many outs there are. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Boston Red Sox lost that way against every other team in their division in a single month.
Single
did it.
month.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's
guys.
bad enough to get walked off on, but multiple times in a month and to all of your division rivals, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
But I guess it couldn't happen to a better team unless it was the Yankees.
The Yankees are scaring me, man. They're on a streak.
Are they?
Yeah.
Maybe it's I bet it's the umpires helping them. That's what it is.
No, dude, they pay that shit off, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Yankees. Fucking hate them.
Down with the Yankees.
Fucking hate them.
Okay. So then we are.
That's baseball.
Open wide for some soccer!
LAFC versus the Minnesota United just happened,
Mm-hmm.
and
It was very exciting if you're an LAFC fan. They scored 2 times to Minnesota's 0. So it was pretty exciting for LAFC, but Minnesota, I mean, they came in going against the best team in the league, and it looked like they were playing against the best team in the league. So
Yeah.
but they had some good looks. Minnesota's pretty good this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the playoffs again.
oh, that'll be fun.
It's cool.
Yeah.
How far did they make it in the playoffs last season?
I think they got bounced in the first round, which is pretty common for them if they make it at all, which hasn't really happened that many times. But that's the thing. They'll grow on this. They'll start building on their playoff experience and becoming better. So go them.
Cool. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have a soundbite for the next one, but the Smash Tournament Elite contests have been still going on. Is that
yeah,
correct?
Yeah. This weekend there was just a regional, so not as big as a major tournament.
A major happened last weekend,
Last 2 weekends in a row, actually.
and then now it's just regional.
Yep.
In Minnesota, regional.
No, I
Chicago?
think it was in Florida. I don't remember. No, it was either Florida or California. Most of the stuff is usually there. I don't know.
Even okay. How does a regional work?
Regionals just determined by just like I think entrance size. So there's less entrants in a regional compared to a major, and less like power ranked players, like
Okay.
higher ranked known players are at there.
Okay.
So you might just see like the best players from the region and surrounding areas
Okay.
a little bit.
Kind of a chance for like your average player to get in.
I mean, your average.
Well, not
local-
your average competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your local heroes, your hidden bosses,
Got it.
get their chance there, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
I
happened?
heard. Yeah.
What happened?
There's a bit of a heartbreak with a competitor. I think making it to top 3 and then having a controller issue, controller breaking, and losing to a player.
Why was that heartbreaking?
Well, I mean, personally for
Who
me,
who was the player?
this guy Axe. He's a Pikachu main.
Okay.
He's just a cool, nice guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
So your favorite player is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
he's a favorite player of mine.
Explain.
Yeah,
The audience never has heard of this guy before.
Mine.
What's his name?
Axe.
And it's your favorite player.
Not my favorite, one of mine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Top 10.
Top 10.
maybe
Maybe
I
top
don't
5.
know. Maybe. I don't know. He did.
He's a very nice guy, though. Have you met him before?
No, but I've seen him and how he presents himself, his personality at these events.
Okay.
You know, his socials.
So one of your
You know?
favorites.
One of them. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
And he lost.
Yeah, he lost and had some issues with his controller breaking. So that kind of sours the loss quite a bit. And then the guy that ended up winning it, believe was a player named Pipsqueak from Europe. I forget, he might be from Sweden, but that's probably wrong. But anyway, he won the whole thing, and his win was a little soured by this player's loss over his controller breaking, but also that he plays on a box controller.
So box controller. Explain what the box controller is.
So what we have here, if you imagine fight sticks in fighting games. In other fighting games, if you're playing Street Fighter,
Okay.
Soul Calibur, they have the fight
Sure, like
sticks.
an arcade style fight box stick. Okay.
Yep.
And then what?
This is kind of like that. Imagine no joystick, but button inputs
But you're
for
saying
direction.
you're saying as Axe didn't have that type of.
No, he
controller?
just play with the regular standard kind of GameCube controller. Which
Why
a lot
does
of
it
people
like
do.
for a competition based style of my first question is why are they allowed to have different types of controllers when people can, because different style controllers will have different advantages versus other disadvantages. And then some controllers you can program like micros, which would be like certain button presses at a certain time.
Yeah.
If it's a competition, why are they allowed to use different controllers?
Well, it's certainly been a bit of a controversy in tournament Smash for a couple years. They've had to kind of, one thing they have regulations so that they can't have macros. They can't have any kind of input replacement has to be 1-for-1, so you can't have.
Charles.
I was just gonna ask. So do they have people check the controllers, or is it just honor system?
It's probably honor system, and if anything looks
Goofy.
yeah, goofy or not human possible, they might check it out.
It just seems like it would be. Is it like okay? Is it like, to me? It seems like it would be like different baseball teams using different baseballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, different track stars can use different foot gear, or, different in NASCAR, cars are different compared to each other, but they have to, be under certain regulations,
Yeah.
They have to be the same certain weight, but they can distribute that weight however they want.
Yeah.
Well,
then
that type of thing,
it kind of
or-
makes perfect sense then that someone winning with that kind of controller, you'd be like, hey, wait a minute.
No, if it's allowed, then it's allowed.
Yeah.
Then there should be no controversy.
Yeah.
If you can use different controllers and he's, not using macros because that's against regulations, then there shouldn't be people thinking, hey, he cheated because he had this type of controller versus that type of controller. It sucks that the other guy's controller broke.
Yeah.
But
that sucks for
that
sure.
has nothing to do with what type of controller the other guy had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if it's allowed, it's allowed. And that's why I ask, why allow it? In my mind, it should be like baseball, where everybody has to have the same type of controller. Like in baseball, everybody has to use the same type of baseball.
Yeah. I mean, the difference, the main difference here is that this is, a lot more grassroots kind of thing. So instead of like a commission or like regulators, these are,
Grassroots.
a lot of kids. These are basically kids.
Yeah.
Kids that grew up playing this that are now 20s and 30s, and they're the tournament organizers. I mean, these are the people regulating it and having the rules.
Yeah.
They're.
I'm just saying, if you want it to be legitimate, you answer those questions, right?
What is? Okay.
Right. You
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
all I'm just saying is if it's going to be a competition, people are going to be betting on things, or there's going to be rewards, and you don't want to have controversy of how that award was won.
Yeah.
You have to have people follow rules, and for people to follow rules, you have to make those rules first, and those rules are made by people asking questions. Is it legal or not for somebody to use a box controller?
Yeah, and those questions are still being asked.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Is the
young enough
thing.
of sport.
Is the thing.
And that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
We're on the same page here.
Yeah.
I think oh shoot, I
It
just lost
is allowed. It's like it's allowed, but it's still questionable.
Yeah, the rules should be made with keeping a level playing field in mind, and this seems like one that's maybe just kind of on the edge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Maybe not a level playing field because of
And
this thing.
also,
So I get that idea.
it has also opened up a can of worms into other more complicated controller modifications that, are still within legalities for these tournaments. But I don't know, man. This stuff is getting complicated, and I just get a GameCube controller, man, and just like you can't do that.
That's the only way they can fix that. I think is by you have to use a GameCube controller.
Mm-hmm.
But then however,
You got people getting hand issues.
yes.
So
that's what I was
there's
just going to say. Is
there's
that
medical concerns for people to
Yeah.
use some of these box
not even
controllers.
not even just medical concerns, but limiting certain players, like AKA people with disabilities, from even entering these tournaments.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to allow people to use different controllers if they're available for somebody that has something that they can't use a regular controller
That's
for.
a good point that I think I don't hear come up in that discourse really.
That's the topic for a different
Yeah.
podcast, because that is definitely something that is definitely overlooked a lot.
Mhm.
Is people with disabilities.
Dude.
And how to include them into things that that to include people that are able to be in. No.
All of it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
And then also the big question is, especially with more and more gambling happening, it's not going away. How do you make it a level playing field for the participants, for the fans, for the gamblers, for everybody? And that brings us to we all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Buzz question of the week.
I guess that it was kind of leading for me to introduce this question like that before asking it. But
Is it about gambling?
the buzz question of the week is: should we replace umpires and refs with robot umpires and refs? Jameis.
Did we ask this before?
Well, that's the fuzz question of the week this week.
Oh, okay. This is, yeah, no. We shouldn't. No. Nah.
No?
No.
No? Okay.
Nah.
No,
Fuck
no
'em.
explanations.
Fuck 'em. Nah.
The way the fuzz question of the week, if everybody forgot, was you just answer the question with, and you don't extrapolate. You don't explain why you have that as your answer. You just say yes or no, or say your answer. You don't have. It doesn't have to be a yes or no, but don't explain why. But you can don't extrapolate the answer. Does that make sense?
If you extrapolate,
Okay. C-dubs. Should there be
Uh,
robot umps?
Yes, robot umps and replay for everything.
And that was your
Fuzz question of the week.
good one. That was a good one. Yeah, we asked that last week, I believe, but I don't know. It's just the question of the week. Are we already here?
We're at NFL.
NFL.
Oh, dude, the draft. We didn't talk about
Oh,
the draft.
Are
Yeah,
you ready for some football?
We didn't write that down. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's right down there.
The draft.
NFL draft. It is written down there. So the NFL draft happened this past week. It was something to witness. That's for sure. First off,
I don't know if you would want to witness it in person, but yeah, witness it for sure.
I don't even know if you really wanted to witness it on
That's a good
TV
point.
because you couldn't really see much.
I was not a witness.
So
Couldn't see anything.
no, you couldn't. So first off, the stage
Sorry.
was set up in a way where the setting sun shined right onto the stage.
And I don't know if you know this about the draft, but it all happens in prime time, aka when the sun is setting. So a majority of the draft is with the sun out. Continue.
Which in some broadcasts like MTV beach breaks and stuff, you can see things, because they're not relying on big TVs showing graphics and stuff like that. The stage was set east to west, where the setting sun was shining right on the stage, where the commissioner and everybody that was on stage was looking right into the sun, so they were squinting and could not see anything. And then behind them was a big TV or a big, display, big screen thing, whatever, with big graphics on it and colorful graphics. With the sun on it, it washed everything out. And you couldn't see anything that was going on those screens. It was amazing.
It was so what a blunder.
And then when they had the cameras in the audience to show the audience shots, you couldn't see the audience reactions because the sun was beaming right into the camera lens, and then the person's faces were all shadowed. It was bad.
I swear, Goodell has to have a sunburn from standing and calling out those fucking things. I'm sure his face is burnt.
Imagine. So yeah, it was really bad. And
Horrible.
visually. And then the draft itself had 6 teams in the first 32 picks.
8
teams in the first 32 picks.
Mm-hmm.
That as in each 8 teams picked 32 times.
Like they traded for all of those picks, right?
So like Green Bay had multiple picks in a row.
Yeah, Green Bay had
maybe they weren't all in a row, but out of how many teams?
32.
There's 32. There's 32 NFL teams.
Yeah, something like 16 or a few more drafted.
8 teams got to pick the first 32 players.
Cool.
So that wasn't fun.
No, it was boring.
And which makes me wonder, why is that the case? Everybody traded down. And the thing is because a lot of deals that happened in the past are coming to fruition at the same time. Is part of it. But then there was also things like what the Vikings did, where they traded up. Like they traded their picks to go up in the draft. And why would they do that?
No, they went down.
They traded down?
Down in the draft. Yeah. It went from like 16 to 32 or 34. Up or down, it's relative. It's all relative.
Yeah.
Did they get anything good for that?
Well,
for trading down?
Well, the thing is that they're in my mind. What I'm thinking is that the reason why all these teams traded to go down or up or whatever, pick later, was because there wasn't any good players.
Yeah.
That's my first thought.
The pool, the talent pool, it wasn't what it has been.
Well, think about it.
Hasn't been as much college football.
What? How old are these players?
I don't know.
20, 21.
20, 21.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right out of college.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 3 years ago, what started up? COVID.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, how old were these players? Freshmen, juniors,
Okay.
or no, freshmen and sophomores, right?
Yeah, freshmen and sophomores.
And during which we're still still mask up, everybody. There's a lot of COVID going around. You still don't want to catch it, but when the pandemic first started, everything shut down, and these juniors and sophomores weren't practicing.
Yeah.
And weren't getting into the realm of what college football, the difference between college football and high school football.
Wow. So we're starting to see that effect trickle into.
I absolutely believe so. Is that the COVID era kids, COVID era players that didn't get to experience the actual bigness of college football are starting to trickle into the NFL and other sports. And so they're not equipped with they have the talent.
Mm-hmm. They don't have the tape.
They just aren't equipped with the tape. They aren't equipped with the.
What is the tape?
Like like the video of them playing.
Ooh, like a
over the
highlight
years.
reel.
So like there's 2 years, there's 2 to 3 years of no highlight reels of players, right? There's 2 to 3 years of players, they're still working out and stuff at home, but they're not having that team atmosphere of going to the gym together.
The regimens and stuff.
The regimens. They don't have the aspect of
regimens.
The fans in the stands and how much of a difference that makes for them.
Correct.
Right?
Wow.
Think about those college football games.
Dude, I'm thinking about it.
Like sometimes those crowds are bigger than NFL crowds.
Yeah.
And louder.
And Nebraska and whatnot.
So we're I really believe that we're starting to see the COVID players where there's just it's different now.
I think
nobody saw the potential in some of the players or whatever, and so so there wasn't really
too bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking is what happened.
Especially with like how people like project players. They're like, oh, this guy should be this good. He's top 5.
Yeah.
Almost every single, not that they're ever right in the first place, but almost everyone who came up with the list was wrong almost 100%. Like quarterbacks were in the top 5, didn't go till round 3.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go in the first round. They didn't because the teams are like, this guy's only played he hasn't even played a full 2 years. This guy doesn't know how to be a quarterback of an NFL team yet.
Wow.
So like they passed on all of these players. Just wide receiver was the only thing they went crazy on, and cornerback, because that's it. You can catch the ball or you can run a route. That's pretty easy to be tangible with. You can throw a ball and go, he can catch that.
Difference with a quarterback for sure. I could see that.
Yeah.
If
and I bet their pro days there were less of those probably too. So, Do you know what a pro day is?
What's a pro day?
A pro day is when a player who expects to go high in the draft organizes an event where the media can show up and also scouts, and they can watch them do a closed practice where they'll do drills based off
Kaepernick
what
did that one time.
Teams want and stuff.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So they do a pro day.
But so they didn't have their pro days as, like they normally would. So I think that probably has a lot to do with it. I think Fuzzy's completely correct here.
They need to give them a pro day
Yeah.
so that we can have a highlight reel. Dude, did you see? I saw John Morant's highlight reel, and it was just him sitting at the free throw line. It's like, yeah, dude, you won, but like fucking.
He's the next James Harden.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
No, don't say that. He's
That's cool.
He's good at throwing his face at people's arms. I was not a fan of him.
Don't be a poor sport. He's a good player.
Yeah, did you see his highlight reel?
I like.
The Wolves, like the players themselves,
he looks really
aren't mad
confident sitting at that free throw line for most of that.
Okay, with that.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory. Trivia.
We are at that moment in time where,
That's tight.
thank you to the blind refs for the Fuzzy Memory Trivia new soundbite.
Yeah, that was very TMBG vibes.
Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory. Trivia.
That's created by our sound people.
Thanks, guys.
The silent refs. That brings us to the Fuzzy Memory Trivia time, where I ask the other Hess questions, and then they answer those questions for points. If they get the answer correct, they get 1 point. And if they get the answer wrong, they get
2
0
points.
points. No, not 2.
Okay.
0.
Sorry.
Do you remember what the score was? Because I totally
6
forgot.
to 6.
6-6. Really?
Yes. I believe we ended on a tie, didn't we? Or was it 6 to 5?
I'm gonna go with
I
6
think
to
it's
6.
6 to 5 with me leading.
Okay, 6 to 5.
Okay, 6 to 6.
6 to 5 or 6 to 6? What are we going with, boys?
74.
Let's give him the point. 6 to 6.
Back in the summer of 94.
6 to 6. Hopefully my. Oh man,
What happened?
I'm moving things around.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
This is what we're getting to. Okay.
ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Are we just buzzing
Shout
in?
it out.
Are we
Shout
just
it out.
just shouting
them
it out?
out.
Okay.
Shout.
Which player's position is located behind home plate?
Catcher.
Correct. James with the point. 7 to 6. Which Baltimore Ravens player won the 2011 Walter Payton Man of the Year award?
Ray Lewis.
Incorrect.
That was Deion Sanders.
Incorrect. Matt Burke.
Oh, Matt Burke when he was on. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Situated
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What country did slalom competitor Michael Makados represent in the Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics? I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of that. What country?
Singapore.
Incorrect.
Sweden.
Incorrect. Brazil. Who was known as Mr. Cub?
Harry
fuck.
Carey.
Incorrect.
I don't remember.
Incorrect. Ernie Banks. Which Russian tennis player won her third straight Porsche Grand Prix title in 2014?
Julia Hatzoff.
Incorrect. Maria Sharapova. Which team did Joe Torre manage immediately before joining Los Angeles in 2008?
New York Nets.
Incorrect.
Texans.
Incorrect. New York Yankees.
Oh.
What team did Kobe play against in his NBA debut?
Rockets.
Supersonics.
Incorrect. Minnesota. Prior to what season did Major League Soccer hire its first full-time referees?
1997.
Incorrect.
98.
2008.
Get with it, guys.
In what year were the LA Galaxy founded?
1995.
Correct. 7 to 7. Who was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2002 with only 4 NBA seasons?
Trick question. There is no NBA Hall of Fame.
Incorrect. Drazen Portovic.
I don't know. I'm starting to question if there's actually an NBA Hall of Fame.
Who did the faithful student football fans at Duke root for?
The Blue Devils.
Correct. 8-7. The infamous Zadine headbutt happened in which World Cup?
2006.
Correct. 8-8. In April of 2012, Alex Rodriguez hit his 631st home run, passing which slugger?
Hank Aaron.
Incorrect.
Babe Ruth.
Incorrect. Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, nice.
What country was soccer great Ronaldo born in?
France.
Spain.
Incorrect. Brazil. What is the first name of baseball's McLean?
Harold.
Incorrect.
Darnell.
Incorrect. Denny. Who led the American League in 2008 with 37 home runs?
Ortiz.
Incorrect.
Sammy Sosa.
Incorrect. Miguel Cabrera.
Fuck yeah, dude.
How many yards did Kurt Warner throw in Super Bowl XXXIV?
322.
Incorrect.
104.
Incorrect. 414.
It was
What's the name for a ball which is misplayed or misthrown by a fielder?
error?
Correct.
Oh, dang.
9-8. What is the name of Major League Soccer club that is based in Kansas City?
Kansas City or Sporting KC.
Correct.
Whoa.
10-8. What joint venture was launched by the MLS and Adidas to promote youth soccer?
Soccer Kids.
Incorrect.
Goals for goals.
Incorrect. Generation Adidas.
Dumb name.
Okay, very original.
Which one-team Texas Rangers player was nicknamed Pudge?
Rafael
Adam
Palmeiro.
Cole, baby.
Incorrect. Ivan Rodriguez. When did the San Francisco Giants face the Oakland A's in the first All-Bay Area World Series?
1984.
Incorrect. 1989. Interesting that you guys both said the same.
Yeah, we both said the same thing.
Who is the baseball player named the Big Donkey?
Miguel Sano.
Incorrect.
Is Frank Thomas.
Incorrect. Adam Dunn. Who made the game-winning shot when New York Knicks upset the Miami Heat in the 1999 playoffs?
Harold Bowman.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Incorrect. Allen Houston.
No one's ever heard of him.
And
What do you do?
that was...
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
That was Fuzzy Memory Trivia. And
That's my favorite sounder.
brings us to the end of the episode. I can't believe that went by so quickly.
Flew by.
Almost seems like we should have something. I don't know. I don't know how that went so fast. Something must have gone wrong. I know it. But yeah, we're here.
See ya.
Which is when we say our goodbyes and what we're gonna do this next week and how we're feeling. And James, you have anything else you want to bring up or talk about before we leave? Or what's going on this next week? What's going on? What's up, bud?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward
Okay.
to seeing Jose Miranda play some more in 3 more games against the Baltimore for the
Yeah,
Twins.
that'd be nice.
Fuck yeah, Jose Miranda.
C-dubs.
I'm going to bring to the table next week more information about the Wild playoff series.
Okay. That'll be nice. That'll be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna do
What
our
about you,
edit
Buzz?
after the show. Remember?
Yeah, we gotta do our edit.
Oh, movie magic.
We're gonna do the edit.
Movie
I'm gonna just keep on doing fuzzy things and fuzzy stuffs and figure out how to make the episode even better next week.
Baseball!
It's super fun. Like you said, we do got a brotherhood. Everybody's, likes each other, like being around each other, hanging out. Especially all of us kind of being around the same age, with the exception of Pat.
We doubted a lot of the year, and we came out here and we really proved a lot of people wrong.
I mean, sky's the limit for both of us and like where we could be in the next couple of years. So I'm just excited to see that.
Nah, I'm just gonna get extremely better. Like, just come back better than I was this year.
FuzzJockRadio.